Good morning and welcome to Mike's Laboratory. Hope everyone's doing okay. Happy Saturday. And if you're here in southeast Wisconsin like I am, be careful out there on the roads. My God, got dumped with 10 inches of wet, heavy snow. Never ends until May around here. Anyways, today video is going to be the 3D printed stuff that I've received from Jim Egner, and an added bonus. I ordered some stuff from my young friend Sam Burchett, who is also a pretty good 3D printer, and we'll be showing this stuff off in just a few minutes. And I guess without further ado, let's rock and roll, shall we? Okay, as you can see, I cheated. You don't get to see the actual opening. I already opened it up. I couldn't resist. Sorry, guys. But anyhow, this is what Sam sent me. As I said before, this young man's pretty darn good at this 3D printing thing so far. I already ordered some weight belts from him for scuba gear. I think I showed those in another video. Yes, I did. And they turned out pretty good. Okay, this is what he sent me today. Now, first of all, we'll go with what's open here. This is a neat little reproduction of AT dog tag. I think that if I just paint that silver, that'll look just fine. Maybe black. We'll give it a paint job and see how it looks. Not too terrible. Okay. These are some extras he sent me. The stuff in here is what I actually ordered. You have a couple of oxygen mask hose plugs that go on the end of the mask for the fighter pilots and the parachute sets. Paint them black. I'm sure they'll do just fine as a copy. They look pretty good. And here we have some holster tabs for the pistol holsters. We'll pop this bag open here and we'll take a quick peek. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yeah. And the note he left me there said a little bit of trimming may be necessary, but we'll definitely try them out. I'm sure I have a holster or two that's missing the tab. Oops, sure I dropped it. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, we'll put these in here and the dog tag in there. And we're going to open this up. These are M1 rifle barrel reproductions. As you can see, this kid's doing a good job. The usual 3D printed lines, but everything looks pretty good there. Thick coat of paint will probably cover them up, or maybe I'll sand them a little bit when I use them. And I also dug out a couple of decent Hasbro M1s, except for the fact that the barrel is missing. So what I'll have to do is experiment by cutting off and figure out exactly where it needs to go. Looks pretty obvious. It looks about the right size in comparison. Yeah, that should work just fine. Hell, if I leave the M1 the vintage color, which I might not, I might paint it. I don't know, I'll have to take a look at it a little closer. But yeah, that should work just fine. Good job, Sam. Thank you very much. The price was right. And I ordered 20 of these babies. So, should be good to go with that, huh? All right. Now, I want to get out the stuff I got from the one and only Jim Egner. Jim, as most of you guys probably know, is a 3D printing artist going back a ways. He makes excellent reproductions. I've reviewed some of his stuff before. And the stuff I ordered up from him today is some newer stuff. And I also have a few older items that I ordered from him previously that I never did show. So let's get going with that. In fact, we're going to go to the old stuff first, I think, just because there's not as much of it. I can spend a little more time on newer stuff. Okay, most of you probably recognize this. This is the Flying Rescue Rocket Pack. I had a partial one and a complete one that I got in a lot. I asked Jim one day a while back if he had been printing any pieces for this item, and it turns out that he had. We got the two I don't know what you call them, armrests, arm locks, space chair, whatever, and they should fit right in here. They got the slots on the pegs on the back, and I'm thinking that this should go together pretty easily. A lot of times these 3D printed parts do have some flash that you need to trim off, but I found that to be no big deal, and it in no way detriments from the quality of the piece. That is, if I can get the darn thing together and get it on here. Yes, okay, let's try this. My, that is somewhat frustrating, isn't it? Okay, let's try it this way. Nope, that ain't gonna. Alright, let's do it this way. I'll figure it out sooner or later, guys. Sometimes these things are difficult to do with the camera. There we go. Okay, it's supposed to slide down and lock. Oops, don't tip the camera over, dumbass. Okay. That probably needs a touch of trimming. That's usually why that happens. But anyhow, that fit in there pretty good. And I also got this from him, which is the pulley piece that goes on top. As you can see, I'm not going to pop that in there right away. I'm just going to, it does look to be the correct dimensions and everything. And as with most of Jim's stuff, in fact all of Jim's stuff that I've gotten, pretty good. So we'll have another Flying Rescue rocket pack. Alright, other older item is, these are tracks for the troubleshooter, replacement tracks. Jim came out with these a while back. Haven't had a chance to do anything with them yet, but as you can see, yeah, these will require a little trimming like most of this stuff does too. They slide together like this, and you can see the I should mention also that these were a prototype. This is not the finished product, but yeah, as you can see, a little bit of trimming to be done. Let's get a razor blade and pop that off of there right away. I know he's still selling these, and I assume the ones he has now are the finished product. Scrape a little bit of that stuff off. There we go. And they go together like this. And then he also includes this plastic string. Obviously you don't have to clip the end off of that too. And that obviously slides down into this hole to hold them all together, and you would cut it off when you were done. Anyhow, these are pretty decent replicas. Oh, here we go. Here's one that was already put together in the bag. There we go. Not bad at all. Way to go, Jim. Okay, that's it for the older stuff that I have laying about here. Now let's check out the new bag. Okay, here it is. Hold on one sec, I'll be right back. Okay. Now, let's see what's in this bag, in this box. Oh, look at that. Merry Christmas to you too, man. Anyway, this is the Flying Space Adventure 3D printed helmet and collar. I have a replica one that I got from the fine people at Third Son Books. This one here has the red band on it, and Jim also included the correct size. If I can get out of the bag. There we go. Plastic Christmas tree ornament to use for the helmet globe. So the idea is that you take the Christmas tree part apart, you lay it in there like that, cut the bottom out around here so Joe's head fits through there. Oops, other way it should go actually. And then you pop this over the outside and glue in place, I would assume, which would be the way to do things. Oops, come on, get in here. And the fit and finish on this is pretty good too. I think that once I go ahead and do the project and assemble this, it'll look pretty good. And I'll replace it, and I'll use my extra FSA jumpsuit along with this, and then I'll have another one. Okay. Sweet. Let's take a little closer look at the actual plastic pieces here. Lower this camera a little. Okay. Get that box out of the way a little bit. Okay. So, as we see, it's, yeah, nice detail. Also, as usual, 3D print lines. And the notch for the little red band thing is the correct size. Yep, fits right in there. This plastic's kind of flexy. I'll have to ask Jim about that, if he's working with some more flexier plastics. Most of this stuff seems to be pretty stiff, like a model kit. Okay. Next up is, let's see, got this bag. I really need a better camera stand too, by the way. Okay, this bag we got. Okay, that's a head he asked me to fix for him. 3D printed talker speakers. I've used these before in talker repairs. They work good. And we also have volume enhancers. These are extra discs that you put onto this portion of the speaker. Seems to help increase Joe's volume. We're going to give those a test run. And come on out of there. This is the 10-pole set for the later version of the White Tiger Hunt tent. And this looked like much better and much easier than trying to dig up an original. I can't remember exactly how they go together off the top of my head, but roughly like that. And see, all the poles are included. And this again, these are very well done. I think this will look pretty good. And let's see what else we got here. This is the battery cover for the thermal terrain scanner. And this looks like a pretty damn good copy. And of course I forgot to bring my extra thermal terrain scanner that needs this down here. But anyway, you know what? I'll run upstairs and I'll get it. It's not that far away. It's about 5 feet above my head. I'm right below the Joe room. Be right back. Okay, I have returned with the thermal terrain scanner that's missing the cover. And let's see what happens. Wow, how about that shit? Awesome. Great job, Jim. Excellent. This is a pretty common but also pretty cool piece. I used to love these goofy ass equipment things when I was a kid. And look at that, G.I. Joe was using thermal technology or thermal sighting technology long before it became commonplace. All right, excellent. We'll just keep that with this. All right. Next is the thing. This is something that Jim sent to me to check out and test. He says he's still tweaking it. So what we're going to do is open her up and take a good hard look. This piece was quite common back in the day, but nowadays it's tough to find a complete one at a reasonable price. This is the magnetic flaw detector, another one of the equipment card sets. As I said, I really liked these things when I was a kid because they were just so darn kind of goofy. All right. They were kind of like scientific looking, you know. Now, who knows what the heck this thing does? I mean, it detects magnetic flaws. Does it use magnetism to detect flaws? Who knows? But anyhow, let's get a little closer look here. Plug this darn thing. The cord's getting in my way. Okay. All right. Oh boy, I'm having trouble with the camera falling over today, ain't I? All right. Ooh, okay. Very nice. Comes with the sticker for the front. This is the sticker that goes on right in there. I think it goes this way, actually. Either way, I'll look at a picture or look at my vintage one to see. And it's got its handle, which fits into here. There we go. A little rough there, but he did say he was still tweaking it and getting it good. The main body of the thing looks like it's pretty, doesn't need any more tweaking. Okay, this is the battery that fits in the back. And it goes on here like this, I think. Yep, something like that. Yeah, it goes like that. I have to figure that out a little better when I see what it is. It's got to be trimmed a little bit. Well, it is a tweaker. Okay, the headphones. Again, usual 3D printed stuff. Looks like they're pretty well done. Okay, and then we have the inserts and the flaw detector handheld thingy itself. There's a wire, a string that comes out of the back here that attaches to the unit. In the front, I believe, is where this one goes. So I'll have to look at pictures. And then also included the little plugs for the connection of the headphones, the handheld scanner, and the wires for the battery. All in all, this is a pretty good reproduction. And we'll go ahead and we will probably put this together later and add it to our displays with another figure. Or maybe it can go on the adventures of the photo stories this summer. In any event, yes, my estimation, very good, very well done. Thanks very much, Jim. I will put this together and do the little trimming and tweakings that it's probably going to need, and find some wires for it, put it together as it should be, and then I will take some pictures and send it to you. That will probably be a couple weeks till I get that done, but thanks very much, Jim. I'm happy to have it, and I'm happy to give it a test run for you. All right. That's it for the 3D printed stuff. Again, I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing all this. And definitely, if you need anything, Joe, in the way of 3D printed parts, check out Jim's Etsy store. I will also put Sam Burchett's a link to his Facebook page in the comments. He has a Facebook page for his stuff called Sam's Surplus. And that's going to be well worth visiting, especially when he really gets cranking and making other things. And as I said, Jim's Etsy store has just tons of stuff in it, replacement parts, his own creations. Let's flip that camera around. Nope, we're not going to do that. Hang on, one more thing I want to show you. This is not 3D printed, but I mentioned photo stories. I've done a few of them in the past, and I really enjoyed doing it, getting out there in the dirt and getting my Joes dirty and stuff. What I use for that is Cotswold collectible bodies with just a vintage or a repro head popped on there. And I put this guy together. This is one of the bods that I got in the COTS order that I showed you last week. This guy is going to be out on some of those adventures. I plan to do at least 2 more starting in the spring when it warms up. Anyhow, what I wanted to show you was the outfit and stuff. This is what you can do with Cotswold boots. The pants are a beater pair of vintage pants. I believe they are White Tiger Hunt pants, I think. The jacket, courtesy of my friend Angelo de Annabelle. This is a 21st century, I believe that's British pattern camo. But it does look pretty darn good on the guy. And it came with a pair of shorts as well, but I just thought he looked better with the pants. Let me stand back a little bit. Cotswold action hands. This is a Cotswold holster and pistol from the set with the brown boots that I showed you last time, and Cotswold Australian bush hat in green. Anyhow, this guy will figure prominently along with one other in photo stories this summer. I think he looks pretty darn good. What I do when I do those photo stories is I use the Cotswold bods because I don't really want to bang up vintage ones. Well, I have used vintage ones in the past, but I tend to get them wet and dirty and everything else. So I use either beater vintage equipment to go with them, or like Cotswold gear and stuff like that. Anyway, that's some of the stuff I have on tap for future projects. I have so many other projects around here that it's just ridiculous. Stuff will get done eventually, folks, and I'll video it as much as I remember to video. Sometimes I totally forget. I guess that's it for this video. If you like what you see, and if you enjoyed them, please let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Shameless plug time for me and Eric Lorenz, who's my buddy. Our Facebook group, it's Medic Mike and Erich Vintage G.I. Joe Repairs, Customs, and Sales Emporium. Find us on Facebook. If you need anything fixed or you want me to take a look at any of your stuff, go ahead and message me on Facebook under my name, Michael Bowenski. You can also email me at fishfast411@gmail.com. If you don't have Facebook, I'll be more than happy to help you out with anything that you need assistance with. And I think I mentioned this before. If there's anything that you guys want to see me do a video on, let me know. Sooner or later, I'm going to run out of ideas. And a little help from you guys, what you want to see would be good. Let's see, can't think of anything else. Shameless plugs, yeah. Shameless plug. Jeremy of Pawtucket Platoon that's Jeremy Milford of Pawtucket Platoon is right at this very moment at the Xenia, Ohio toy show. He's got a bunch of his figures there, flocked by me and rebuilt by me, and Jeremy puts them together into these awesome sets. He's got great ideas for his custom figures and for custom sets. If you happen to be in the area, cruise on over there and check it out and check him out. I can't say enough good things about this guy and his work. And reasonably priced too. In any event, thanks for watching. Have a great Saturday, guys. And I think I'm going to do one more video today. I'm not sure 100%, but perhaps you might get lucky. Anyway, have a great weekend. Happy Saturday. And we'll see you again on another episode of Mike's Laboratory. Cheers.